Listen as your day unfolds. Challenge what the future holds. Try and keep your head up to the sky.
Good morning, good morning. Just so you guys know, I'm going in on a rant this morning. I'm not angry or anything, but I feel like someone out here needs to hear this. I told y'all on this series of my 100-day journal journey challenge that I was going to talk a little bit more about motherhood, because I don't really talk about that. I have a 14-year-old now, and that is a huge part of my leveling up process. That's a huge part of why me being whimsical and elite, meaning achieving things and maintaining my lifestyle and stuff the elite way, but whimsically. I really try to take a whimsical approach, because if not, it could be not the most easiest thing to accomplish in so many words, but I love it. It's enjoyment and very fulfilling, but each process is so important to the overall development of not only him or our children, if you guys are mothers out there, but for us too, because it's a part of our identity. I identify as, I wear different hats. I am a mother to him, but I'm a sister to my brothers, and I'm a daughter to my parents. I am a, service provider to my clients, and I am a civilian to this country, and a consumer. So I play many roles and different hats according to who and what and where I am, in life. So every little thing, for me, again, someone out there needs to hear this, is important. Every detail, okay? So in my last vlog, I talked about number one priority. That's what you're going to see on the thumbnail. It has a little dog in the middle. Your number one priority, right? And I explained how our spiritual life, if we put that number one, how that's going to depict, right, the rest of our life and how it flows. So putting that first, I really challenge you to see what will happen in your life and how it will change for the better. But that same concept goes for the people in your life and the things in your life and the places in your life, right? I go to specific places in my life, whether it be specific restaurants, specific clients, specific job titles, specific recreational fun and extracurricular activities. For me and my son, like I'll pick certain locations. Like let's say I'm going to take him to play basketball. I'm going to pick a certain location and we're going to go there a couple times throughout the week. What are some of the credentials that I use, for example, since I'm going to merge my motherhood, and I'm also just going to merge just me as an individual, me as a consumer, and me as in relationships, and me in every aspect, right? To help y'all kind of set the play for you in your own life, and how important these dynamics are. So when I'm picking out a basketball court for my son, I want there to be kids out there. Sometimes there's nothing but a bunch of adults out there, right? And adults, that's fun because they can teach you stuff, but not all adults. And then I just stick my kid in there, because guess what they're doing? They're out there cursing, screaming, they're huge. Yeah, they could teach him a lot of good lessons and stuff and things like that. But I kind of want him to be around his own age group. Hopefully he can make some new friends and meet up with them again next week and things like that. And it's a safe park. There's no craziness going on around. It's clean. The children out there look like they have some sort of respect. Like their parents are teaching them something, anything. For crying out loud. They're not just eating something and just throwing it on the floor. Those are all the things that I look at as a parent, right? Of whether or not I'm going to get in my car, buckle my seatbelt, and drive to a location. So I treat literally everything in my life like that, right? I believe firmly in the what's in it for me dynamic. A lot of people may think that that's a transactional way of being, but hey, call it what you will. I'm 35, yeah. Things may be more transactional in this day in life because my time is very important. I value my time a lot, and I value other people's time, and I value people who value my time. I can tell when you value my time and when you don't value my time. I can tell when you value the fact that you're on my priority list by the way you treat me. Like when you go to restaurants, how happy do you feel when that waiter is like, oh my gosh, don't worry, I already got it. Make sure you get her the this, that, no this, and add extra of that. I'm going to give you like the most biggest tip. And I'm going to always, if I have to choose when I'm in that area, a restaurant to go to, I'm always going to go there. Why? Because just as much as it's a priority to me, I'm hungry, I'm going to choose you to spend my money at. I'm a priority to you because you got me. And you make me feel special. And you're like, don't worry, I got you. I already know what you order. I'm going to put it right in for you. Thank you so much. It's called a transaction. Stop being so sensitive. I think in USA, we're very sensitive. Like, oh, transactional. It's just like, what can you get from me? Everyone's just trying to use me. No. Only people that don't take priority in their life and don't prioritize and have their life in accordance, in the few examples that I just gave you, the basketball court, the restaurant, are the only ones you're going to hear saying those comments about, oh, I feel like everything is so transactional these days. It's just, I feel like, especially, in dating, I just feel like I'm just being used. No. First of all, stop dating. If things feel transactional to you, it's probably because there's a lack somewhere, whether it's lack of time, lack of resources, lack of boundaries, lack of lack. You have to get all those things in line. And in my videos, I literally really, really harp in some of the things that I've really paid attention to in my life, where if I know I don't have these things at least in solid ground, you won't find me dating. You won't find me overextending myself in maybe projects and work or stuff like that when I know I'm lacking in this area or that area. I make sure that I'm coming with what I expect in return, if not more. You know what I'm saying? Call that transactional if you want to. You can call that transactional. I'm telling you right now, I don't care. So someone out there needs to hear this. Okay? We need to see the people, places, and things as capable. We must see the people, places, and things as capable. In motherhood right now, my son is getting older, so I was forewarned that in teenager years, they're really lazy. I remember when I was a teenager, I was pretty darn lazy. Okay? So yeah, now I'm in that whole moment, but not as a daughter. I'm in that moment as a mother. So I'm playing the role of a mother, not a daughter this time around. And it's like mind-blowing because it's like, first of all, I have so much more respect for my parents. Like, is this how you felt when you had to tell me 10 times just to do this one thing? Oh my gosh. But that doesn't mean that I just don't teach him. No. So I literally have to go through the motions of literally teaching, sometimes disciplining, sometimes putting in and removing and making sure that he understands, like, there will be consequences. And that comes with everything in life, right? I have to see him as capable. I can't just only see him as my sweet angel son, because how am I helping him? How am I setting him up for success? How am I letting him know, at least when you're dealing with me, this is what I require if you want the VIP priority list in my life? Because he's up there on the priority list in my life. My parents are up there in the priority list in my life. Clients, especially some more than others, are on the top priority list in my life, because at the end of the day, yeah, it's transactional. My parents don't abuse me. My parents absolutely adore me. Okay? Adore me. They're number one priority to me. They give that to me, I give that to them back in return. My clients, overly. I feel like they've all winked at me and told me, if you even need a place to live, there's always a room here for you. To have clients that treat you like that, what it does is it really makes you like really, really, really extra picky on like anyone else that you allow in your life. Because it's like you get a taste of what it really feels like for people to value you and places and things to value you. So then when you have these people, places, and things that come in your life and they're shortchanging you, they're trying to get over, they're trying to just be like, oh, what's, gimme, and nothing in return, or, you can tell you're just not on their priority list, it's more clear. That's why I always say, really hone in on your people, places, and things. That's number one. When leveling up, especially the whimsical way, if you want to stay happy and like cheery and like looking at things from a whimsical eye and being in the state of glimmer, and this is for males too, being able to just wake up and be like, I know you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but out of the 365 days of the year, I pretty much wake up on the right side of the bed every morning. So I don't know what you're doing in your life, but I'm grateful and thankful, and I'm excited to start my days every day. When you hear people like that, I'm telling you, the way that they set their life up is and the way that they look at life and the way they appreciate things and the way that they see people, places, and things as capable, and that is how they sort them out in their priority list, is why they're able to say that. I promise you. You may have to take this video, certain people. There's going to be a certain group of people that are going to be like, heck yeah, I resonate with exactly what you're saying, exactly. And then there's going to be some people where this is literally going to sound like Swahili. But it's okay. I've met people that are just overly people-pleasing, care a little bit too much about what people think, prioritizing things, places, and people that are not, very clearly not prioritizing them, but requiring. And the people that are not being prioritized are giving their absolute most. The shirt off their back, answering the first time, showing up on time, making sure that they are faithful and like doing the most. But it's really, you know, when people do that, because even in times that I've done that, and I know that it's not being reciprocated, especially in the past, that's actually a form of manipulation. You do know that, right? People pleasing, as cute as it sounds, it is so detrimental, not only to you, but to the person, because they are being known and seen as incapable. First of all, you're basically telling them, you're incapable to treat me with respect, so I'm going to overly do and please you to hopefully show you how. No, they know they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. You do know that, right? We need to be capable of understanding that they are also capable. If I'm capable to treat you with respect, show up on time, answer when you call me, then you're capable of doing that, right? So, yeah, you kind of want to mirror image people. Period. If you're going to do anything, it shouldn't be people pleasing. It should be like, I'm going to treat you how you treat me. You may still be able to stay on my list of people that I talk to, my places that I go to, my things that I still deal with, but you won't be number one on that priority. I'm going to pick and choose when it's convenient to me to answer. You're not going to be a person that I'm just going to answer like, oh my gosh. Like if my mom calls me, my dad calls me, or my son calls me, I don't care what I'm doing. If my son's school calls me, I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care what meeting I'm in. I don't care what dog I have on the table that I'm grooming at the time. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm going to say, hold on real quick. I'm going to put the dog down back in the cage. I'm going to get out of the meeting and I'm going to go and be like, hey, hello? Okay, is everything okay? Oh, okay, yeah. And then it won't be long, but I'm going to do these actions of getting up, moving out to the side. Hello. I'm not, because they're on my number one priority list. Okay? I'm not going to just do that for everybody. That doesn't make you important, not important, this and that. But there's like other people that, no, you're going to have to wait all the way till I get out of work, all the way till I take a shower, all the way till I get in my bed and comfy. And if the time is right, I might call you back. Right? And that's just what it is. I'm an adult. I have a lot going on. So I understand that there's people like that in my life too, that they got a lot going on. I may call, but it's really just a call to say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Like, you know, I'm in route from here to there. It's going to be 45 minutes. So let's just chit chat until then. Yeah, it's okay if you don't answer me right away, you know? So I'm not saying it always means that like, you're at the bottom of the priority list. No, but you know, even if my parents are just talking to chit chat, I will literally tell them, oh, you're calling to chit chat, but right now I can't because I'm in a meeting. I'll call you, you know, as soon as I can. But I'm always going to make sure it's not an emergency. Why? Because they would do the same for me. Point blank, period. So it would be injustice for me to not teach my son these dynamics and how to maneuver in life with people, human beings. That's what I'm telling him right now in school. And my school is just basically a place for you to learn how to deal with other humans. I say all that to say, priority is big. Structure is huge. Importance levels, the quickest way to understand on how to put everybody, everything, everyone in their place is by how does it treat me? How does it prioritize me? My son right now, he's sitting in the back seat, honey. Okay? Because, not to put his business out in Front Street, but he has to learn, like, you know, for right now, I'm going to need you to sit in the back seat. You don't get the luxuries of sitting in the front seat right now. We're chit-chatting, you know, oh, you want some of my fries here, you know. The luxuries of sitting in the back seat, nah. For a minute, you're going to have to go and sit in the back seat for a while. Like, just small actions like that to show him, like, even with me, you have to give me respect. Just because I love you unconditionally doesn't mean that you get to disrespect me. So I'm going to be like that with my son, who I'm willing to bend over backwards for. Yeah, if I feel like you even have an inkling of treating me like trash in any type of way, I said inkling, then you need to understand, like, okay, your luxuries that you're going to receive from me are going to diminish. So I've even had to do that in, like, relationships too. Like, I might be talking to somebody and then I'm excited, and I'm the type of person that I don't have time to, my personality doesn't have time to feed into the rhetoric of, like, oh, well, make sure you text back within an hour and space it out and make sure he texts you for, like, no, I don't do none of that. I've never done any of that. I'm not going to start now. I don't like that. I feel like I'm setting stuff up for fakeness, and I really pride myself on being real, like, real. So if I really don't feel that way, then I'm not really going to do it. I don't care what it does to the psyche of the guy and all. I don't care. Like, so yeah, it may go from me answering right away, from me being excited about all this and texting. But if I see that it's not the same way, vice versa, then that's okay. I may not even address it. I will just, you set the tone, because I'm also very respectful, and I'll reciprocate in that way. So in everything in life, it has to be that way. So for all my people pleasers out there, for all my people that are wondering why things aren't happening as fast as they should, why you're not quantum leaping in the ways that it is available, right? Especially right now, available for us to quantum leap, and all of our dreams, goals, desires, our health, wants for ourselves, our living situations for ourselves. The way, I'm going to say it again, something free, which is waking up in the morning, if God allows, and actually feeling good when you wake up in the morning, excited for what the day has in store, whatever that may be. It may not be something in specific, but you enjoy waking up. You enjoy going in your bathroom and brushing your teeth and looking at yourself in the mirror and then finding something to wear just to simply go to work. Just to simply, like, walk your dog, whatever, I don't know. You want to feel what that feels like, to have that type of lifestyle, you got to put all these things into play. All these videos, actually. Go on my playlist. Okay? And that's how you get that feeling. If you're a melancholy person, if you're someone that these empaths, I have the ability to feel people. I have the ability, I want to say that I don't even want to deem myself as empath, because at this point, I'm sorry, no offense if this sounds offensive, but I feel like empaths are, in a way, an inconvenience, because they carry so much energy that it's almost like they feel, to me, like in that movie Inside Out, that one that she's just sad. And like how she feels is so infectious, because that's her job. That's her role in the body, is to literally take all that onto her back. But it's really painful to watch. And I know it's necessary to have in this lifetime, but you got to have balance to that. Okay, you must. I don't know how you're going to do it. Start off with this video. Like, first of all, like, stop. I don't know. I know it's a real thing. So I don't want to call myself empathic, even though I feel like in a lot of ways I can go into a room and feel everyone's vibration. I don't care how much they're smiling outwardly. I can tell, okay, something's going on with that person. This person, we probably shouldn't talk about this topic matter because they just lost this person in their life. While I'm over here like, hey, la, 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 all happy about, I'm able to feel and be like considerate. I'm able to hear certain situations. I work in an animal clinic, so I see people losing their dogs and stuff, walking in with their dog, but maybe not necessarily walking out with it. So all that can come on to me, but I'm still able to put each thing in their place and know, if anything, show more gratitude that even today, at least, this and this, I'm thankful for, or whatever, to help balance out that being an empath. Okay. I think empaths, they're kind of stuck in their ways, and it's very hard, very stubborn to help them understand that, like, a lot of times when people talk to empaths, that they're talking to you after already fixing the situation, right? I need y'all to actually consider that too. I don't know why I'm saying that right now, but somebody out there needs to hear this. A lot of times you empathic people are talking to you after they've already fixed the situation, and now they're letting you know, like, hey, this had happened, but it's already taken care of. But oh my gosh, while it was happening, this is how I felt. And y'all rather stay in the space of how they felt while it was happening versus understanding that they're telling you it's good now. It's already fixed. I'm just letting you know what happens. So you have to really be careful on what you tell empaths. Please. Especially people that have family members that are empaths. It affects the way that they function in their family when you truckload onto them. Okay? I feel like empaths have an issue, a really hard, at least the ones that I've met, have a really hard time with applying this prioritizing people, places, and things dynamic in their life. And they just slap an empathic sticker on it and be like, this is just the way I am. And I understand. I get it. It's just not for me. So I have the ability to show compassion. I have the ability to be like, oh my gosh, this person is going through something. But I also have the ability, because I have also went through stuff, maybe not nearly as much as what other people have went through, but my threshold of what I could go through is really small. BS, people being mean, people using, people just gaining and, just being outright not real to themselves, and much less me. Yeah, I'm going to put you in your place. Energetically, always energetically. For majority, energetically. Sometimes I've had to literally tell somebody about themselves. But for the most part, it's energetically. Like, okay, respectfully, of course, this is where you are in my priority list in my life. To protect my integrity. To protect the way I wake up tomorrow morning. I take so much pride in how I wake up the next morning, the attitude that I feel. And that's how I'm able to alchemize and transmute when situations may come into my life and they're not favorable. I'm able to go through it, the emotions of it, feel the emotions that I'm feeling, but also come out on the other side like, you know what, this is supposed to be happening right now. This is for me to understand this or to understand that. And it's not the all be all end all, whatever that saying is, right? So all these things are really important. I don't know who needs to hear this. I keep saying that, but I feel like somebody out needs to hear this, because that's what's stumbling you from moving forward. That's what's blocking a lot of your blessings. That's what's causing the riffraff between you and the people who you actually do care about. That maybe be trying to tell you like, yo, whatever. You got to take accountability in this area of your life. Like, how am I prioritizing certain people, places, and things? And how is it affecting me? And in turn, the people around me that actually should be prioritized, or my work that should be prioritized a little bit more, but I'm too worried about this one thing that isn't treating me properly, or this one place, I'm tired of going there, I'm tired of going to this job, blah, blah, blah. No, prioritizing putting in some applications, prioritizing starting your business that you keep putting behind because you're depressed, because you don't feel like you have enough to even start it up, because you don't have enough confidence in yourself to follow through on certain things. You've made so many mistakes that you're too busy stuck in your mistakes instead of trying to like come out of them and be like, yo, yeah, I made these mistakes, but guess what? If God allowed the sun to rise today, and God loves me and keeps showing me even through providing meals for me, providing a roof over my head, that God loves me, guess what? I'm going to use today to start fresh. And I'm going to start from ground zero, ground one. I'm going to put everybody, people, places, and things where they belong in my life. And I'm going to put my spiritual life first. And I'm going to start driving this train moving forward. Okay, so if this sounds strong, it maybe not sound as light and airy and fluffy, but it's crucial. It's crucial in the overall maintenance of you. I was talking to somebody the day before yesterday, and we went into this really cool, deep conversation. And people have been saying a lot, this comment, like, oh my gosh, you look so young. This guy was like 47 years old, but he looked younger than me. And he's like, I get that all the time. And I've been getting that comment too, but it's because of how I'm literally telling you the secret is, I haven't gotten the question of how do you keep yourself looking so young yet. I think because I still am young. But I'm sure when I get older, I'm still going to look like this. And really the only thing is just prioritizing. I don't want to hear like, well, what are you doing? Like, what is your secret? Prioritizing. That's it. Not putting stuff. I'm still eating junk food. I haven't gotten to that level yet, but I'm still eating junk food. But I don't put like chemicals in my body, like drugs and drinking and all that stuff. I fixed the voids within me that was causing me to do those things, causing me to feel like I wasn't enough to show up to a location, event, anything as my own authentic self and still have a good time. I had to ingest these things in order for me to be like, okay, now I'm ready to go out. I'm going to go out for a couple drinks. No, I could go out and there could be drinks there, but guess what? I'm good with myself. And I have enough to still produce the effects that people feel like alcohol produces or smoking cigarettes every hour produces. Like, I just needed to de-stress. No, I figured out what was stressing me out. That's what I did. So now fast forward, you're wondering why my face is not gray. You're wondering why, there's not as many wrinkles. Because everything that was stressing me out, I prioritized. I nipped it in the butt. Energetically, within myself first. If I was doing things that people were doing to me, subconsciously to myself, instead of getting mad at them, I used them as a planogram to show me. God was like, oh, here, I'm going to show you this person to show you how either you're making me feel, because God will do that, especially with your children, to help you understand, like, this is what I'm trying to tell you. This may need to be a whole separate video. I'm going to make a whole separate video on this. That's one of the biggest things about being a parent. Like, God will show you. You see how tired you are of this thing? You see how many times you have had to tell your child this? And they just wipe their butts with it? That's how I feel. That's how you're treating me. Oh my gosh, it's so humbling. It's so eye-opening, right? So yeah, that's the secret. Is being real. Like, no, I'm wrong in this. I need to adjust this. And that's why this person is treating me like this. Because I don't even treat my own self with respect. They're looking at me like, you don't even respect yourself. You don't even follow through with the things that you said you was going to follow through with. You still in the same place that I left you. You still, no. Address. It's not even about fixing. It's about addressing these things. Using the 12 hours of daylight. And then the 12 hours of nighttime. Which is 24 hours in a day. To address little by little. Take the whimsical approach. To address each of those things. And that is how later you're going to feel good. In the most primal times of your life. Where you should be reaping the harvest of everything that you used your youth to create. Okay? The children that you bore. You enjoy them and you enjoy the children that they're going to make. Called your grandchildren. You enjoy your environment. You enjoy your track record. You enjoy your accomplishments. You just enjoy yourself because you feel good in your own body. And you've always kept at the forefront. What's most important to me is making sure I feel good. So when I wake up in the morning, I wake up with a cheery heart and mind. That's free. That's free. Everything else will follow suit. The tangible things, luxurious things, the things that the media is telling us we must have in order for us to have a good life, to be deemed as you made it. You know what I'm saying? No. There's a lot of people who made it. And when they close their eyes and they close their door and they lay in their bed, they're literally in turmoil in their own head. They're unhappy. They may have the relationship, they may have the house, they may have the luxurious trips, but in their own loathsome, when no one's looking, they're in turmoil. That's what we want. With the change starts with us. The change starts with us, because then we function with other people, and other people get to see an example of health, internal health. They get to see an example of someone who's leveled, who's actively working to be leveled. Maybe not all the way, because I still have a lot of work to do, but I pride myself in at least being an example of somebody who's like, wow, she's the only one that didn't drink tonight, and she's the most hyped in this building, and she walked out like the same way she walked in, you know what I'm saying? And just the way she carries herself, and she's just so happy. And I looked at her YouTube channel, and there was a lot of things that she said on there that really spoke some volume. Her videos were kind of long, but when you actually sit down and have the mindset to watch them, there's some good stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of my driving forces, and it's free. It doesn't cost me any money. I don't need any grants to do it. I don't need nothing to do it to be my authentic self. I need nothing other than to just show up. So I love you guys so much. Big hugs, big hugs, big hugs to my collective. And we're good. We're doing this. We're putting our best foot forward, okay? And I will definitely catch you on the next one, all right? Bye.